Hey coaches, what's going on? It is Coach Beast here with another video, and I have a good one for you today. We're going to talk about managing the parents and setting the proper expectations. This is like so important to do because this can mean the difference from you having a winning, fulfilling season and a losing nightmare season. It can literally be that dramatic if you don't set the expectation for your parents. You don't set the rules and guidelines for your parents, okay? And before we get in this video, do me a solid, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also, if you haven't already, join the Beast Out You Brotherhood. I have all of my playbooks, all of my Beast offensive playbooks. I got the 4-4 Reaper defense in there. And also have group coaching in the Beast Out You Brotherhood. So all season long, if you have like any questions or anything, I'm there to answer any questions. You got me as your own personal advisor inside of the Beast Out You Brotherhood. And so all the information about that is going to be in the description box below. So let's get into it. You know, this is the time of the year where either you've already started your team and you've already started your spring trainings, getting ready for your summer camps, or you may be about to start your team and you're trying to recruit kids, you know, get parents on board and start having practices. You're either in one of those two boats. And, you know, I'm here to tell you that regardless of where you are, this is the time where you need to go ahead and have your parents' guidelines in place. If you haven't already, you need to get ready to have your parents' meetings and things of that nature, because I'm here to tell you, if you don't have your parents' meeting and you let them set the expectations for you, you're going to be messed up. So in other words, if you don't set the expectations, they're going to set the expectations. They're going to set the standard, and then they're going to start telling you what to do. Okay. And I must say this too. Your coaches, your assistant coaches, play a vital role in this process too. If you don't have meetings with your assistant coaches, they will set the expectation for you as well. And then you will find yourself running in a situation where your parents are not following you and they're doing their own thing. Your coaches will not follow you. They're going to do their own thing. And I'm telling you this because this is a guy who's been coaching for 15 plus years, right? And I've had some share my nightmare season. I've had seasons where I had to release coaches, let coaches go because they thought they can take over the program or try to sabotage the program. And I had to let them go. I've had to let parents go that way as well. So you just can't let that happen. So again, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and create your parent guidelines, create your assistant coaches guidelines. Make sure the expectations are set in stone and they understand. What I do is I have my parents actually sign the form. So, you know, sign a guideline form. So they understand that they receive the guidelines, they understand it. And then guess what I do? I send a copy of those forms to the league office. I send it to the league office. So if the parents, and this is what a parent will do if they're unhappy. If a parent is unhappy and they feel like they're not getting their way, they're going to go to your league office first. And they're going to try to get you reprimanded, disciplined, or whatever through the league office. Okay. So the way I deal with that is I go ahead and send a copy, you know, to the league office on what has been signed. Sometimes, depending on your league, they already have their own guidelines. I double that, okay? I'm still sending my stuff over to that league office, right? Because the last thing you want is drama with the league. Now you put in a position where you may get kicked out of that league. You know, you don't want that to happen, or you don't want your reputation ruined, because this happens a lot too. You can have your reputation ruined by parents going behind your back, talking to the league office. Now the league office looking at you some kind of way, and you'll be known as, oh, this the drama field program. This the program that can't get it together, right? That's how they'll look at you. And I'm here to tell you, the league always has their favorite teams, the programs that they respect the most. And then they have programs where they don't respect as much. They got a representation. This the drama team. You know, this the hood team. This the team that think they know it all. Like, they all label teams, right? Well, you want to be the team that's known as the organized professional program. That's the program you want. It starts with you. It starts with you showing that you got your act together. It's showing that you got your program together, and show that you're organized. That's how you set that particular tone, coaches. All right. So again, number one, make sure you got them guidelines set and you have those parents and your coaches and your assistant coaches fill out those forms. All right. Number two, you want to make sure you have these parents meetings and coaches meetings at the beginning of the season. If your season has already began and you haven't had a parents meeting yet or a coaches meeting, this needs to be the next thing you do. Like, this needs to be the next big thing you do, because if you don't, again, they're going to set the expectations. They're going to assume certain things. You know, one thing about me, I let my coaches know we're a very organized program. I tolerate no drama, no BS between the coaches. So if I got a defensive coordinator and I'm the offensive coordinator, and then I got a coach that's strength and conditioning, I don't want my strength and conditioning coach trying to tell my defensive coordinator what to do and how to run the defense. I don't want my defensive coordinator telling me how to run my offense. I'm not going to tell him how to run his defense. You just want to remember, you are the head coach. You are the leader. You know, I don't know what your title is. I don't know if you're just the head coach or you are the athletic director and the head coach. That's me. I'm over the entire program. I'm over all the age groups from an administrative standpoint, but I'm also the head coach of the 11 and 12-year-old team. So I'm over all the discipline and the overall, just the overall direction. So if you got like the power to be over your entire program, that's what I would recommend. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be frank with you. I hate programs or organizations where there are too many talking heads, right? Like, I don't like organizations where there's this big board and you have to go through the board to approve different things. I don't like that, you know, especially on the youth football level, you know, because what I've seen is when you have these boards, and you can probably relate to what I'm about to say, is always that one person that's going to go rogue and try to do their own thing. You know, it tends to always be the case where you have that one person that don't agree with where the money should go, don't agree with the jersey colors, don't agree with, you know, what kind of hats the coach is going to wear or the volunteers going to wear. You know, so I like to be the athletic director. I have a vice president, which is the assistant athletic director. And then I have a cheerleading director, and she has an assistant. And really, that's the hierarchy of if you was to have like an executive board, that's basically, you know, the hierarchy of what I got going on. All right. And finally, number 3, you want to make sure you enforce all the rules that you set in place and the expectations that you have. Because again, you're going to have somebody that's going to test you, whether it's a coach. In my experience, I've had coaches test me more early in my career, probably because I was young. I was 20 when I first started coaching, head coaching youth football. So I had more run-ins with coaches early on. But later in my coaching career, I've had more issues with the parents, you know. And either way, you want to not only set the expectations, have them sign off, you know, have the meetings, but when they cross the line, you got to get them back in line, okay? Now, I'm going to use 2 examples, okay? First example I'm going to use is if you have a coach that's going rogue. And I'm going to cross this street, guys, real quick. Get my walk in. So if you got a coach that's going rogue, in other words, let's say you got a guy that's an assistant coach, and let's say he don't agree with you running the Beast offense, right? And he keeps saying, man, we should run spread offense. I don't like this Beast offense. The first thing you want to do is to make sure you confront him privately. And this is exactly what I've done and I do. Confront him privately, and remind him that you are the leader. This is your offense or your team, and and you can be respectful, give it a shot. This is my coaching philosophy. And that's something I kind of skipped over. If they don't respect your coaching philosophy and your leadership philosophy, that's the biggest red flag you can get. When they start questioning your leadership and coaching philosophy as the season progresses, I don't care if you're undefeated, they're going to start giving pushback, okay? So what you want to do, the first thing is confront them, let them know, look, man, I'm hearing you, and confront it directly. I keep hearing you saying we should run the spread, things of that nature. I understand how you feel about it, but I'm the head coach, and I'm going to go in the best direction that I believe is for this team, right? And usually, usually the first time they'll be like, man, I don't mean no harm. I just like, the spread. I see a lot of other teams running the spread. That's usually what they say. And then you come back, just say, I get it, but we're not other teams. We are whatever your team name is. And you go from there, right? And then number two ends up being the more disrespectful violation they make. Now they're starting to talk to your assistant coaches. If they're assistant coach, they'll talk to the other coaches. If they're really treacherous, they'll talk to the parents. And so they can get the parents on their side. And now they're getting leverage, to try to push you out of your spot or give you hell so you can change your philosophy. That's what they'll do. Okay. The second time, I'm going to have a meeting with him with one of my other coaches. In my case, I'll probably have a meeting with my VP just so I got a witness there. And I'll let him know, look, we've already had this conversation about this program, and I understand you don't like the direction of the program or the direction of how I'm coaching the team. And, if you don't, I really invite you to find another program if that's the case. I don't want that to be the case, but if that's the case, you can find another program. If I run into this issue again with you, I'm going to have to let you go. And that's the way you handle it. That's the way you deal with that. You deal with that just about the same way you deal with the parents. The parents can be a little bit more complex in that, parents, usually when you choose coaches, you hand select your coaches, right? Well, when you choose the parents, you don't really hand select them per se. Sometimes you just have parents join the team, bring little Johnny on and all of that. Well, you have to come at it the same exact way. In terms of give them that first warning, that second warning, and then that third warning, before you dismiss them, you sit down and you let that parent know that, hey, I'm sorry. I've been hearing things around the program that you're not happy and you wish we did this and you wish we did that. I totally get it, but we don't tolerate bickering, and that's a part of the parents' decree that we have. We don't tolerate that, and we ask that you stop. Now, this is what you do on the second talk. We ask that you stop. If not, we may not be the program for you. We ask you to find another program. And that's just what you have to do. That's why I tell guys who want to be head coaches, it's not just about X's and O's. If you just want to call plays and all that kind of stuff, just be an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. If you want to be head coach, you have to be the good guy, the bad guy, and sometimes the fucking devil. Excuse my language. I think I just got demonetized on YouTube for saying that, but sometimes you have to be the devil. And it just is what it is, guys. It is what it is. All right, coaches, I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, again, do me a solid, like and subscribe to the channel. And for more content, if you want to go deeper on this, be sure to join the BEAST.U Coaches Brotherhood Again, the link to join is in the bio. It's only 25 bucks to join. That's Chick-fil-A, right? That's Chick-fil-A money. So, you know, and you can counsel anytime, you know, in that group. So definitely want to see you in the brotherhood. And again, guys, be great, have fun, beast out. Peace.